Good morning, everyone. This is Matthew Sutherland. I'm at a prospective client evaluating the property for the purpose of installing an ADU on here and wanted to run over some of the considerations. One of the things we're looking at is the location of the power that would be running down there, and whether or not there needs to be like a new service brought in. That's going to affect the cost pretty significantly. So we're identifying the location of that and what kind of potential there is. And just noticing they have a transformer right here near the property that could be tapped into potentially if they need to have a service drop. One of the next main considerations is the septic system, whether or not the existing septic system has enough space in it to accommodate having an extra room. This is the prospective location. It's a already built structure in great condition. This structure has power and water to it already, but the conduit, we weren't able to identify exactly where it was running to. So there's some question about how hard it would be to get power down here. And it looks like their well is located right up here by the trampoline area, which has a 100-foot setback from where you can put an add-on septic system, which eliminates this downhill portion of portion of their property from being able to have a septic system on it, which means it would have to be pumped to a new location, which has power considerations. And then the question is going to become whether or not there's enough capacity on their property to accommodate the additional septic requirement. So their septic runs in this area somewhere, and the question is going to become whether or not this can be upgraded in order to be able to handle the additional load of one more bedroom. And in order to find that out, we're going to get one of the local septic companies involved. She's going to go to the county, do a records request, see if they have the original plans there. That would have what they call the MUSDA, or the future use area for expanding a septic system, identified on the site plan. And then they may have records either in the records department or in the environmental health department that has the original septic engineering on it, which might be helpful. Would be helpful in a conversation with one of the local septic engineers or septic companies that could help identify whether or not the system could be expanded, or whether or not they're going to be looking at an engineered system. Just lovely, this part of the country. So this particular person is deciding to proceed forward with gathering as much information as possible based off of those recommendations. And then it's going to get back with me so we can evaluate the cost of septic and electrical and utilities and do sort of like a feasibility evaluation to run some numbers against getting a loan for this place, whether it would be advantageous to have that passive income coming off of that structure to help pay down the mortgage, and would it be a good investment, really, ultimately, is the question. Although there's an additional component to it, which is her aging parents, and having a place for them nearby might be a stronger consideration than the numbers.